is. What Rocky shirt you got on today? You got there.
Let me see.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. As a cheapie on, like, you ever heard of a site called Poshmark?
I have not.
It's like you can sell your clothes and stuff like that on there.
Oh, so it's like a secondhand. Okay, cool.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, that's a must-have. For like $10. Yeah, and the thing's like brand new. Like awesome.
I got to check it out now. See what else is on there.
Yeah, they got all kinds of Rocky stuff, especially like I'm not plugging it, but you can sell your stuff on there too if you want. If you have clothes or whatever. But they got your football teams, your baseball teams, basketball team. They got all kinds of stuff.
Oh, really? I got to check it out. I didn't know about that.
Yeah, it's and some stuff is they got it way overpriced. But then
right.
I just type in like Rocky Balboa, and like if you look at or like if I was looking for a Jets jersey or Orioles, you type it in and you'll see. You can usually find it for a lot better price than what you're going to pay.
Right, pay brand new.
And it's usually awesome. Got that wear-in look to it, so it's like. Yeah. No,
that's cool. I also noticed. See, I don't have the luxury of having a new background to my set every other episode.
I move a lot.
I love the clock. Look at that.
Oh, thank you.
That's awesome.
I made that. There it is.
It's so hard, isn't it? When you try to wait, it's over here. I know.
Last time. Yeah, I think the batteries. It lights up. I think the batteries are.
That is so cool.
Yeah. I have something else I'm kind of in the works on. I'm not going to, it's for me.
Yeah.
And it might go under the clock. There it is.
Okay.
Jeez. I feel like in a house of mirrors,
You're thinking, okay, it's not that side. It's that side. What's in, we're not going to pick apart your room. Sorry, but what's the framed items underneath that shelf?
Oh,
two black framed items.
So this one here. Oh, I got to go this way.
Well, that's okay. I don't want to.
No. That's fine. That's fine. My thing.
Oh, I can see what the one is. Okay.
Yeah, this one is. Jesus.
Use your left hand.
I know, right? Is this what dyslexic is like? I don't know. This is awful,
it must
Tony.
be. It's horrible.
This is terrible. I feel so bad for those people. The one is Take Me Back, which is the one. I hate to do this. This one.
Okay.
Take Me Back, and that's got Mick and Adrian, Rocky, Apollo, and
Paulie. Yeah, I see that.
And those were the figures that I used or based my chess set off of.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Very nice.
And this one over here, I'm getting better at this, is Rocky Through the Ages in his different trunks.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So, and then there's Rocky 5 up in there. And that's kind of like where I did the different Rockies,
right? And
they're different in his different years, starting with Spider, then his first fight with Apollo, second fight, and so on and so forth. And I think I sent you one.
Yeah, I have. I actually do have one. If you don't mind me getting up, there it is. Oh, we got the phone call here.
Yes, again.
That's the one you gave me.
Yeah.
How cool
Rocky
that is.
2.
There it is, Rocky 2.
Rocky 2, yeah. So that was my inspiration for my 3D statues that I made.
These are so cool. These really are.
Yeah, they're I love doing it. I wish I had more time. I'm in the process of working on something right now that's a very big project. I got some inspiration, but it's going to take me a long time to put together. And let me tell you, I think I told you this before. I give props to those people who are out there and they went to school for this stuff or whatnot.
Oh, yeah, you did, yeah.
They do this for a living. I mean, like my brain, I get through with this and I'm just like, whoosh. I'm so much better with a hammer and nails.
Right.
But
they come out really cool. They're excellent. I think they're great.
Thank you.
But so I have a question for you. I was watching a comedian the other day. Do you ever hear of Sebastian Maniscalco?
I think so. I believe I might follow. Is he kind of like a thin guy with kind of blackish, grayish hair?
Yeah, he's thin guy. He's got that Chicago accent.
Yeah. I didn't know
Italian accent.
I did not know that was his name.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I was watching him the other night, and he is hysterical. He cracks. He's got that old school humor. Where, he doesn't get all crazy and vulgar or anything, but he's old enough to mention things that you think are funny because you're that age.
Right.
He's talking about how people used to come over the house. People would stop over the house and be like, "Oh, look who's here!" Now, like if somebody knocks on your door at 7:00 at night, you're freaking out. Shut the lights on. Who's here? Did anybody invite anybody?
I do remember some of those skits he was doing.
Well, he's got a movie coming out now with Robert De Niro playing his father, and it's supposedly like a realistic, not realistic, but it's based on true things that him and his dad had gone through. So it's supposed to be pretty funny. But it just got me thinking and watching some of the other comedians.
Okay,
and some of the newer ones, and he's a newer one too, but they just don't have it. They just don't. No. I don't. Look, I'm not against vulgarity.
No.
Using curse words. It is what it is. If it applies properly,
sure,
to your joke or to hit that punchline home.
Right.
But Eddie some Murphy. Of these guys either what's that?
Eddie Murphy?
Yeah, well, exactly.
Red Fox.
Eddie Murphy would hit it perfectly.
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy. If they release that concert now, everybody and their brother would be offended. He'd be canceled and all that other nonsense. Anyway, but the older guys, I know it was a long time ago and it was a different time in the country.
Yes.
I understand all of that. But even still just being just funny. Like they just don't have it.
No.
I know it's, I might be the minority to some of these guys. Some of these comedians have a very big following, have big audiences for their shows. Obviously, a lot of people do like them and think they're funny.
Right.
I'm just one that doesn't. There's another newer one, Nate Bargatze. He's another one. He doesn't curse at all.
Oh, no kidding.
He is hysterical because he's talking about – he's probably about 10 years younger than us.
Okay.
Give or take. He's probably 42 or something like that. But he's a good one too. But, yeah, for the most part, like you said, Eddie Murphy, George Carlin.
I don't know if this is taboo, whatever. But growing up, I used to have Bill Cosby's record. It was Bill Cosby himself.
Yeah, I remember it himself.
You remember that record?
Yeah, oh yeah.
And I used to play that, and I would be in tears. I would be laughing so hard. And it was a record.
Yeah. Oh, no, same with me. I mean, we had the records, the albums. You had to put a needle on. You had to listen to them. We had them real low because, George Carlin was cursing and stuff. And Richard Pryor doesn't go 2 words without dropping F-bombs. So it's like you got to listen to it real low. Listen to it. Yeah. And, they just – but I remember Bill Cosby himself. I remember he said he thought his name was Jesus Christ. My name was Jesus Christ. Because every time my father came out the door, Jesus Christ, get in here. And I thought my brother's name was God damn it. God damn it, what are you doing?
Yes. That was – oh, my God. That one and remember Neanderthal Man? The Neanderthal Man? Or there was a title of one. And then there was the other one where he's like, I had my son and I'm raising him and I'm teaching him to play football and baseball and he's running into trees and, he's knocking things over and he goes into college and he makes it to the pros and he gets on TV and the first thing he says, and I spent all this time with my son teaching him how to do all this stuff. He goes, "Hi, Mom."
Hi, Mom.
It's like, what about me?
It's so funny. But yeah, those guys, I mean, like I said, I know it was a different time. So I understand that different stuff, but some of them are just hysterical that you just can't beat.
But when you can use your imagination, I just remember sitting there listening to that, and you're using your imagination while he's telling the story, and it's so well done.
Yeah, well, that's just it. They're painting the picture so perfectly.
Yes.
The skits that they have are just they're like a painting, like you said. They're perfectly painted.
Yep.
They're perfectly laid out. You could see it. You could picture it. You could understand it. But yeah, I remember listening to those guys, and then I remember listening to the gentleman that we are basing almost the whole episode on, the great Robin Williams. I remember listening to one of his. Now, this guy, you want to talk about? When I first heard his stand up, man, I was tired when he was done. I was like,
right,
he is bouncing around subject to subject. I would have to say, and of course, I'm guessing. I'm just completely speculating. 75% of his show is improv. I mean,
yeah,
it might even be more.
Right.
I think he must write on the like 4 topics, and that's it. He just goes from there.
He is all over the place, and man, is he hysterical. We were watching, and we'll talk about it, but we were watching, what the heck's, wow.
The movie?
Yeah.
Robin Williams movie?
Yeah. Good Morning Vietnam.
Oh, Good Morning Vietnam. Well, there you go. Might as well just show that there. There he is.
Yeah. And
he was nominated for an Oscar for that.
I put the words up on the TV. The words can't keep up with him.
Yeah. He can't. Even in his films, he was improving. Even in his films, I mean, well, first of all, he became a household name. I mean, everybody that's our age would know.
Yes.
Mork and Mindy. And Mork, who's Robin Williams, is an alien. But remember now, that was a guest spot on the Happy Days show.
The thumb?
And then,
the finger.
That was a guest spot on Happy Days. And then everybody liked Mork so much he got his own show. And then, of course, Robin Williams became a household name. But in his stand-up and in his comedy, in his films, he just buckle up and enjoy the ride. I mean, that's all you can really do. You're not going to contain him, and you're not. You'd be lucky if you keep up with him. But yeah, that Good Morning Vietnam, he was nominated for Best Actor for that film.
Yeah,
and there's a ton of improv lines in that film.
Oh, you could tell when he was, good morning, and he would just go, and like, whoa,
that's it. That's it.
You said, strap yourself in. You're going for a ride.
That's it. You're going for the ride. Buckle up. That was like with Aladdin when he did the voice for the genie. Where almost everything he did was improv. I mean, he was just
really.
He was given a script, of course, but it was all. And this was back when Disney wasn't like it is now, and a little different then. So he was going on, and I don't know this for a fact, but he added a lot of. I think he was the first to add a lot of adult humor that went over the kids' heads in that improv from Genie.
I wouldn't doubt it for a minute.
I remember he did. Being a Mets fan, of course, watching the Mets games, and somehow, some way, Billy Crystal and him got into the announcer booth of a Met game. And from what I read about this story, and I'm sure it's true, or what, Robin Williams had never been to a baseball game before that day.
Oh, no kidding.
And so he doesn't really even know much about baseball. But when he got up into the booth with Billy Crystal, it just showtime. And he was sitting in the booth like 20 minutes, and foul ball came flying up into the booth. And, he's going off. They're bombing on us. They're bombing. He's doing his whole shtick. He was pretending he was a Russian immigrant player, and he just was. And Billy's feeding off of his improv.
Oh my God!
The announcers themselves were like practically pushed out of the way. They were just like, we're taking over the game. He says he is just he was an amazing, hysterical man, and he had so many improv lines and one-liners, and he was nominated for, Academy Award like 4 times: Best Actor, Dead Poets Society; Best Actor, Good Morning Vietnam; Best Actor, The Fisher King; one Best Supporting Actor for Good Will Hunting. So we'll show that up there right now.
Great,
and that's obviously a lot more of a serious role.
Yep.
He wasn't so serious when he was accepting the Oscar, which is good.
Right.
But the movies that he had, there are people out there that would like to have one of these hits.
Oh, Yeah.
Never mind 10 or 20 of them. Like you said, Good Morning Vietnam, Dead Poets Society, Awakenings. Remember, did you see Awakenings?
When I found out, when we talked, we were going to be doing Robin Williams. So we started watching some Robin Williams, and that was one of the ones we did watch was Awakenings with De Niro. Wow. Yeah. Just wow.
And that's the funny part. He makes you laugh so hard, but it's amazing on how good of a dramatic and emotional actor he can be.
Yes. What a shame. Who
Yeah, I mean, it's not like we're telling the ending to a movie people don't know. I mean, it is so sad. He was one of the few actors that, when I found out, it really upset me. It really bothered me.
Yeah.
He was just so young and so full of life, and it's just horrible.
It truly is. And like you said, the way he could he just put himself in that role of the doctor, and I can't remember the doctor's name, but and that was based on a true story as well.
Dr. Malcolm, right? Dr. Malcolm.
Something like that. Something, but every word coming out of his mouth you could believe. It was like he was the guy. It's just he was it, and he just made you believe. He was that good.
Yeah. Well, they say, and of course, you and I don't know this. I mean, but they say if you could do comedy, you can do any form of acting because all it is a different emotion.
Okay.
And if you're good at comedy, making people laugh is a hard emotion to make happen.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how much truth there is to that. But like I said, that's what I read somewhere one time.
Okay.
I could kind of understand it. I mean, but in the same respect, he did both. He did. I remember the first dramatic role that I saw him in. I was almost like a Tom Hanks type of thing, where I'm like, "Wait, he's the funny guy. What is he doing playing a serious role?"
Right.
But he did, and he could.
Yeah, and he was so good in Good Will Hunting. Oh,
that's a great, and that's another film too with the improv. Now, it wasn't the comedic improv, but the last line in that film when he tells Matt Damon's character, that was improv. The last.
Do you remember the line?
It was something like something about the girl. Something about it was. Oh, I forget how it was put. Let's see if we can find our Google friend.
I do recall something of that because his wife had passed on, and yeah.
The final line of the movie is "Son of a bitch, he stole my line," because they were talking about that. That was improv.
No kidding.
And supposedly, Matt Damon and the director were trying to figure out like what he should say, like what should we have him do. And of course, in Robin Williams fashion, he just goes and does what he wants. And when he said it, Damon and the director looked at each other and were like, that's it. And of course, he wins the Oscar for best supporting actor. That's a phenomenal movie.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, putting Matt Damon and Ben Affleck on the map.
Well, did they write that? They wrote
Yeah.
Yeah, one of my favorite lines was with Damon, not Robin Williams, but it was a Damon. He's like, he knocks on the window and he's like, "Hey, you like apples?" What? You like apples? I got a number. How you like them apples?
I like them apples. But yeah, he's that was like I said, when he did a serious role. I mean, after he did the first serious role, you could kind of, okay, he's got this, and you kind of weren't shocked at it anymore.
No.
But of course, his comedy roles, and probably one of the ones he's best known for, like Mrs. Doubtfire.
Right.
He, that movie's got, the whole beginning too. Remember when he was interviewing he was pretending to be the dinosaur. He was voiceover for the dinosaur, and he was messing around.
Oh yeah,
pretending to be James Brown and stuff, and that was all improv. That wasn't scripted.
No, just amazing.
But he had that. He had, like I said, Aladdin. He watched that movie again, knowing you could see him. He's probably just sweating, going to town, doing his voices and doing his faces and stuff. He pretends to be James Bond in one. It's like he's just all over the place.
You remember watching him like on HBO and stuff like that back in the day, and he would sweat profusely. He was just, I mean, the man was just, the Energizing Bunny had nothing on him.
No, when he went on talk shows, everybody was okay. But let's be careful now. Where's Robin going to go? You didn't know. He would just get up out of his seat and dance or do this or go up to an audience member. He was just, you would think he was crazy. If it wasn't Robin Williams, you'd be like, what is with this guy? But
right. And he was a very good impersonator, which he did on Good Morning Vietnam, with Walter Cronkite and, so many other famous people he was doing, and like, wow.
Yeah. No, he had so much talent. So much talent. I mean, he has a career, like I said, 1980 was Popeye. That's the first movie he did. And last movie he did was Night at the Museum, Secret of the Tomb, which was released right after he died.
Oh, no.
But that's 2014. 1980 to 2014. Think about it. That's 34 years of film. Like I said,
he passed in 14.
What's that?
When did he pass?
Well, it said the movie was released after he passed. So I'm assuming he died in 2013. Let's see what we got.
It has been that long?
It might be.
Wow. It seems like it was just yesterday.
It was 2014 itself. 2014. So almost 10 years ago.
Okay. Boy, that seems like it just happened yesterday.
Yeah, like I said, that was one of the few. Like when I heard, I was like literally upset. I was like, what do you mean he's dead? Like, what? I don't understand.
Yeah, well, he had a lot of problems in his younger years with dependencies, right?
Yeah. He had rehab and a couple of stints at drug or alcohol. I think it was more drug than alcohol, if I remember correctly. It's sad. You see this person who's making everybody laugh, and you automatically think, they're making millions of dollars a movie. How could they be?
Yeah, they got the world by the cojones, right?
Right. Meanwhile, he's inside. I mean, he's battling some demons that we don't know about.
Right.
And it is sad. But he went into rehab a couple times, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I believe so.
He definitely went through, the 80s with some cocaine problems and whatnot. And I don't know how bad it escalated, but.
Well, I remember hearing a lot with Mork and Mindy. A lot of times he was just out of control on Mork and Mindy.
I don't mean to laugh at that because it's not funny if it was a drug related reason, but I do remember seeing the show where, Mork and Mindy came out. I was probably 12.
Right.
So I'm just laughing my butt off at this guy. Meanwhile, you know what's going on, and later where you're like, oh my god, he was all coked up. No wonder why it's like.
Right. It's kind of like that one. What the heck? Puff, the Sigmund.
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean.
You know what I'm talking about.
Puff and stuff. Yeah.
There was all like an LSD dream that was put to a children's show. I mean, woo.
Oh, man. A
Saturday morning cartoon.
Right? He had.
Didn't Robin Williams, didn't he do, he did a couple of cartoons, didn't he?
Well, he did Aladdin, as we know. I mean, TV cartoons?
Yeah, I thought he did. Didn't they do a cartoon with him in it?
Let's see. I'm not sure. Television. Let's see here. So, of course, he had, like we said, Happy Days, Mork and Mindy.
Wasn't there a Mork and Mindy cartoon at one time? I know there was a Laverne and Shirley in the Happy Days.
Let's see. He had Fairy Tale Theater. He was the Frog Prince. You're right. It was Mork and Mindy, Laverne and Shirley, Fonz, Hour.
Yes.
He did the voice of Mork, obviously.
Yes.
That was 82 to 83.
Yep.
And then, so that was it. Because after that, then he just did, like he hosted the Academy Awards in 86, hosted Saturday Night Live a handful of times. He went on Sesame Street. He went on Sesame Street like every year for 10 years.
No kidding.
Yeah, 90 to 2010. Well, actually, it's 20 years. What am I saying?
How do you contain him on Sesame Street?
Robin, it's kids.
Tie him down.
Oh man. Then he went on just other TV shows and whatnot. He played he actually played himself as a cartoon on SpongeBob SquarePants.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, in 2009.
Okay, I never watched that, but
yeah, I didn't either.
But he had some darker movies. I'm drawing the one where he played was a 1 hour photo or something like that.
There was one that was 1 hour photo where he was I forget if he was like an actual killer or he was just a stalker, but I do remember seeing that 1 hour photo. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, he was a photo tech whose unhealthy obsession with a family. So he was like a stalker in that one. That was dark. The Insomnia movie with Al Pacino. I don't know if you ever saw that. That was a dark one too.
I don't recall that one.
Yeah, he was. It was. There was another movie called What Dreams May Come.
Yeah, I do. I did watch that. I'm drawing a blank on it at the moment.
Yeah, that's the one where his wife was a painter, and she got killed in a car accident, and he kind of was drifting back and forth of death, and it was pretty dark. Yeah, it was pretty dark.
I kind of remember that. I did watch it, but it was a long time ago.
And then, remember the movie Flubber? He did Flubber.
Oh, yeah.
The little green jelly guy.
Yep.
That was funny. Patch Adams. Did you see Patch Adams?
No, there was actually a toss-up. I was like, okay, are we going to watch Good Morning Vietnam, Patch Adams, or Awakenings?
Oh, okay. You can't go wrong, so
No, I know, right?
There, yeah. No, Patch Adams was so good. It had humor and drama intertwined in that film. So, have you ever seen it?
I have, a long time ago.
Okay.
Was that one based on a true story as well?
Yes, it was based on a real doctor. Yeah. But they had, then he had one. I didn't see this one, Death to Smoochie.
No.
Where he plays like some kind of like a kid's TV show character, like a Barney.
Oh.
But it's like I don't know. I never saw it. That's why I was asking if you saw it.
No.
Oh man, what else? You got everyone's hero, man of the year. Oh, remember he was the voice in Happy Feet? Did you ever see that movie with the penguins?
Oh, probably.
It's a cartoon. Yeah,
probably when my kids were little.
Yeah, same here. That's when I saw it too, when the kids were little.
Did he do RV?
He did. He did. I didn't see that.
Yeah, they were going on a family trip and they called the RV the Big Rolling Turd or something like that.
Well, yeah, they went from Los Angeles to the Colorado Rockies.
Yeah, it was kind of like a Griswold's vacation.
Jeff Daniels.
Yeah. It was a Griswold type thing. Yeah.
I didn't see that one. No, I didn't see that one.
That was pretty good.
And then he did, the Night at the Museum ones where he played Theodore Roosevelt.
I do remember those. I haven't seen them all.
Yeah.
That's probably something good to – we're always looking for something to watch,
I think there's 3 of them. I'm not 100% sure on that. There might be 2. But he had – there's just so many films that he did. My goodness, you could just go back and forth. And, like you said, just pick out one. Jack. Did you see Jack?
Was that Jack?
He had the aging disease.
Oh, God, I don't remember that.
Bill Cosby's in that, actually.
Is he really?
Yeah, he plays his teacher or a guidance counselor or something.
Oh, my God, I'll have to watch that.
He's a grown man, like he looks. Big, hairy arm, Robin Williams, but he's really 10 years old.
Is he not the hairiest guy you've ever seen?
The hairiest arms I ever saw.
I'm like, dude, you need to bow right.
But he's Robin Williams, but he's 10 or 12 years old.
Okay.
Something like that. And then you follow him through. It's like the Sandlot where the little boys are in a tree house and they're, all the kids are there and they're making fun of farts and stuff. But he's 10 in his head. He's mentally, not physically 10. It's a fantastic movie.
Okay, fantastic. Maybe we'll watch that tonight then because, you're trying to watch, you're trying to think, you're like, what do you want to watch? I don't know. What do you want to watch? And you're sitting there hitting the button.
Oh, it's a fantastic movie. Got a couple little, tearjerker scenes in it, but it's so good. Bill Cosby plays his counselor or something along those lines, and it's like one of the few people that he talks to.
Oh no,
because he's a huge kid, and everybody else is a little boy. So it's pretty funny.
Wow.
Yeah,
what's that? I was gonna say, I just remember him coming out, with the Mork and Mindy, and he had the suit on backwards, so she thought he was a reverend. You know what I mean?
I know. Look how young he is. Like, you put that back up there. Look how young he is for Mork. I mean, my God,
crazy.
Look how young he is there. I mean, that Mork and Mindy was the 70s.
So much talent.
Oh, God, so much talent. His comedy hours or comedy stand-ups. Yeah, Mork and Mindy was 78 to 82. But his stand-up routines, oh my God, they're so funny.
And didn't he do was it Live Aid or something like that?
Oh, they did. It was him and Billy Crystal and Whoopi Goldberg.
Yeah.
They did Comic Relief.
Comic Relief, thank you.
Yeah. They did that for HBO, and it was supposed to be for, I think it was Homeless or whatever. I forget what the topic was. And they had a whole bunch of different stuff. But it was, like you said, how do you reel in Robin Williams? You don't.
Yeah. And that was probably about the time you said that Crystal and Williams went to the Mets game about that,
Probably something like that, yeah, because he was, I know they were younger, a lot younger.
Yeah.
That probably was around that same time. And so that was, mid-'80s?
Yeah.
Something along those lines.
Because I was thinking that he did a guest spot, him and Billy Crystal did a guest spot on the TV show Friends, which was...
Oh, they did?
Yeah, Robin Williams was just like off the cuff on that one, too. If you ever get a chance to watch just that one episode, I know you don't watch Friends, but if you ever get a chance, he is like.
No, I'm telling you, go on YouTube, just type in Robin Williams live, and just pick a concert, and his stand up. It will have you rolling on the floor, but not only because he's so damn funny, just in general, but to hear his observation on some things is even funnier. But then where he goes with it all. I mean, he'll start here, go here, go here. It's just, he's all over the board.
Yeah.
He's everywhere. He talks about, he'll talk about religion. He'll talk about, he was one of a kind. He really was. I know that's a cliche statement to make when somebody's not around anymore, but he really was. He was one of a kind. I don't know if we'll see another like him as far as a rounded amount of talent that he had. And like I said, it's a shame. It's a shame we lost him so early because 2014, I'd have to look up to see how old he was. I don't recall, but he was born in 1951. So he was way too young, 63 years old.
Oh, God. Well, yeah.
63. It's sad when that happened. It really was.
Awful.
But, because, you think about it. These guys now that are working, they're 75, 80 years old, and they're still. Harrison Ford just made Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Sly was doing things 75 years old, 77 years old. So for him to work another 10, 15 years would have been nothing.
Right. Look at Eastwood.
Yeah. Was he 90?
Yeah, I'm going to say, the man is in his 90s. He's still directing and acting. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, these guys, and women as well, it's crazy. These older actors / comedians, there's a handful coming through now to maybe take place of the ones that will eventually move on.
Lose, yeah,
that we're going to lose eventually, but coming up to the ranks, you don't hear of them, at least I don't.
Right.
Like you used to, like the Sam Kinnisons, the George Carlins, Dr. Dirty. You remember him?
Oh, my God. George Carlin was another one I would listen to in the basement really low.
Yeah.
The seven word
pure filth.
Oh, my God. 7 words you can't say on television. I remember that.
Yeah.
And now, it's a little different now, but
I
remember really low.
You think about those Rodney Dangerfield,
Oh.
Those are household names that come to mind. You say it. I mean, and you get your Eddie Murphys and Dan Aykroyd's, Bill Murray. Most of the alumni from Saturday Night Live from the day.
Back in the day, yeah, that's when Saturday Night Live was actually funny and not political. It was different then. It was, yeah. I mean, I stopped watching it after Eddie Murphy. That was right around the time I stopped watching it. Was the Eddie Murphy cast? Joe Piscopo was with him in that cast. So that was around the time I stopped. And then after that was the David Spade, Farley, Chris
Farley.
Rock era.
Yeah.
And then I dropped off. I have no clue after that who it was.
Right. John Candy, another one gone too soon.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He was young too. Like you say, you see these guys that they're funny. They're always making people laugh, but you just never really know what's going on inside or behind closed doors, and that's the sad part. Or unless you find out too late.
John Belushi, he was part of that.
Yeah. I mean, but he was just out of control. Drugs. I mean, it was just completely out of control.
But his brother, you ever watched Jim Belushi?
Oh yeah, he had a bunch of good movies.
According to Jim,
Well, I never saw the shows, the TV shows. Oh, I've seen his movies, but
watch the TV show. You'll laugh your butt off. I watch him almost every. I'll catch him in the evening. But yeah, K-9. He was in K-9. He did K-9.
Yeah, K-9. Remember he was in. Wasn't he in the one with Arnold Schwarzenegger? Didn't he do one with Arnold?
Oh, I don't.
I remember correctly. Now let me see here.
I'm drawing a blank on that one.
I might be wrong. If you're drawing a blank, I'm probably wrong.
Jim.
No, Red Heat.
Red Heat,
1988, a buddy cop action comedy.
Yes. Oh my God, I haven't seen that in like forever.
I know. I knew he did.
But
he was a Russian cop.
Yeah,
Schwarzenegger.
But these are, I mean, the cream of the crop. Your David Spades, your Adam Sandlers are the names of now. Coming through. But what's other than the guy you said to begin, and Sebastian?
Yeah.
Kevin James is another one, but I just can't. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, but also too, you almost have to look at it like the time that they did break out. These guys, Robin Williams and Billy Crystal, and those guys. There was a lot less to break out from.
Okay,
I mean, there wasn't many. Think about it. There wasn't many comedians doing stand up that really made. Did you see who so and so? So it was, Richard Pryor and those guys. They were in a very, I don't want to say small field, but a lot less of a competition, maybe, is lack of a better term.
Right. Do you remember Richard Pryor with Gene Wilder and Hear No Evil, See No Evil, Speak No Evil?
Remember Silver Streak?
Silver Streak. I mean, my God,
Gene Wilder had old blackface on.
Yeah. No way today, right?
Oh, God.
Blazing Saddles? Come on.
This is when it was funny, people. You could
laugh.
Know,
right?
And that's nobody got all, extremely, they're little boxers in a tight wad.
Everybody is so ready to just. I'm going to tell you something real quick. I wasn't going to even bring this up because I've been trying to put it out of my mind. But so yesterday being Memorial Day or whatever, whenever, I just, I quickly went on Instagram and I saw Sly's post, Happy Memorial Day to all those who have served.
Right.
So just below it, I'm like, I want to say something nice, and I just want to do it real quick and be done with it and get on with my day. So I just put on there something like, Happy Memorial Day, Dad, USAF and U.S. Army, and to all those who have served, That was it.
Yeah.
That was it. Someone hit me up and was like criticizing me on Instagram for my post saying, that's in November. I'm like,
what's in November?
Veterans Day.
Oh, Veterans Day in November.
I'm like, so big friggin' whoop. I said, yeah, it is, but I'm still proud of my pops.
Well, not just that. I mean, Memorial Day is a reason to be thankful to the veterans.
Right.
This is I don't.
Just looking for something just to. Okay, Karen, or whatever you want to call it.
You should. Did you see Mike's post on his Instagram today, Yo Philly?
The one where he was doing the impersonation when he first started?
No. It was one that somebody rang a doorbell and they said, Are you at Boxer Man 123? Is that your handle? And the guy's like, yeah. He goes, and you said last week, how could, Canelo fall to a body shot like that? I would never. And he goes, yeah. And then this boxer comes out of this car and goes, bam, and hits him. And the guy falls down and he goes, you still feel like that? Okay. And walks away. That's how I feel about social media's comments. Everybody hides behind the almighty screen, and they're all tough guy keyboard people.
Yeah.
That's why I never even look at them. I don't answer them. I don't reply.
I saw our round 14 post you put up there for Memorial Day. And I might have done it on our round 14. I might have done it on slides. I don't remember. Right. But it was just something simple. Like, I just wanted to put the Happy Memorial Day to all those who have served. And my dad, who served.
Sure.
He was in the first Gulf War,
Yeah.
Hey, proud of him, just trying to throw some props out.
People have a problem with everything. Those are the kind of people that would complain they had to pay taxes after they won the lottery. So whatever.
I'm just like,
whatever.
Why is this bothering me? It should mean nothing. But I'm like, why do you have to be that way?
Yeah.
Life is too short for such nonsense.
Exactly. Well, perfect example. Look at Robin Williams. We would have thought we had 10, 15 years more of comedies and laughing and movies and stand-up. And unfortunately we didn't. It was cut short, granted by his own doing. So, I know a lot of people might have a problem with that because he did it himself. But like I said, he had a lot of demons he was fighting. Depression's no joke. So somebody's in that black hole. You just never know where it's going to lead them. And he obviously had every reason in the world to be happy and live life. He had beautiful family. He had money. He had success. He had everything, but it didn't matter.
Tony, was he married? I don't know this.
I don't know what wife it was. I don't know if it was the mother of his children or if it was like a second or third marriage. But he was married, and his daughter looks just like him.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, it looks just like him. She inherited everything. Her name is Zelda. She gets all of his stuff, and she's, trying to work on his name and be a philanthropist, for his name.
Okay.
So, and I think he had 2 or 3 boys, if I remember correctly.
Oh, no kidding.
But you know what? We could always pop in a movie, pop on a YouTube concert, and remember the good times with him, and remember how much he made us laugh and how many people he made smile. And I hope he knows that he was dearly, dearly missed. And
dearly loved and dearly missed. And you were just speaking about, the if you know somebody like that with depression, whatever, doesn't, if I recall correctly, Stacy, doesn't she have or had a website or an Instagram page to do with men's health?
I believe so, and I'm sorry if I don't have it or know of it to put up there so people can.
Right. I wish if I thought of that earlier, if I knew we were going to go in this direction, I would have.
Yeah, that's the thing. We never know where we're going to go. So that's the little bit of the crazy part.
Tony, I'm rounding third, heading to center.
Exactly. We don't really know sometimes.
We never know. I'm going for a hot dog.
It's not at her. It's not at her site. I wish I knew what it was too, and I'm sorry. We'll have to look it up and ask her. And we could put it up on our next.
Well, Stacy, if you watch, throw it in there so we can plug it.
Yeah. If you are watching tonight, put it down there in the comments, and we could pop it up there.
I know it's not Had Me at Yo.
No, it's not that one. It was a different one. I forget what. I completely forget what it's called, but I do know what you're talking about. And yes, you did.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, if you have those things, you just sometimes don't even know, and that's the crazy part about it. It comes out of nowhere. Comes out of left field. For all we know, he had a great dinner, went upstairs, said goodnight, and that was it. but
yeah,
he definitely made a lot of people laugh, and he will continue to make a lot of people laugh.
Oh yeah,
forever, because those films and concerts, they're not going anywhere. So
that's right.
They'll be around for a long time.
That's the good
thing.
Well,
as always, the time flies by when we're doing these shows. I was worried this episode wasn't going to make it.
We get flapping our gums.
I know. That's the thing. We'll start here. Like you said, rounding third.
Heading to center. Hey, where's Tony? Oh, he's up in the stands. He's getting a beer.
Yeah. We should do the Who's on First routine next time.
I know, right? That's us.
Good stuff, my friend. Good stuff. But
you got it, brother.
We won't. And just so everybody knows, I know we talked about doing the Rocky cast of the rest of the Rocky saga, like Duke and those guys. We are still going to do that. We kind of wanted to dabble into a little non-Rocky episodes here and see where that leads us. So, but they are coming. I don't want you guys to think we left you hanging like you only talked about, some people. But they will be coming. I promise you that.
Yeah, Rocky's
all righty, my friend.
Right here in our heart. Rocky's always right here.
Oh, yeah. That's why every single episode we talk about him at least once. So,
yeah.
All righty, my friend. I will talk to you next week. Another good one. All righty. I'll see you. Appreciate it.